Hey everybody, this is Miss Florida Hot Picks here, giving you guys another Pick 3 lottery video. And guess what? Today we're going to work on my home state, Pick 3 of Florida. Y'all been hitting me up in the comments extra hard. So I wanted to show you guys a few new techniques that I've learned just using a simple 317 rundown. Okay. And not only I want to show you where to find these hits, but also we're going to do a live prediction showing you what I think may come out in the next few days. Okay, so if you guys are ready, let's go ahead, let's get started. So our first example, November 30th midday, Florida had a hit of 570, and what I've done is I put it into a really simple 317 rundown. Now for those that don't know how to count one out, they're really simple. You're just going to add each of these numbers down the columns. All right, so for instance, if we're starting with the first column, we would add 3 all the way down. So 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. When you guys get to your 2-digit numbers, only use your ones, place your 1. All right, so 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. Only use your 0. Okay, 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. Only use your 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. You know that you did it right because the number you start with 5 should be the number you end with, 5. All right. So now if we're going to add the middle column, we would just add 1 all the way down. So 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. Guys, keep it going all the way down till you get to that 7. Then finally, we'll add the third column. We would add 7 all the way down. 7 plus 0 is 7. 7 plus 7 is 14. Again, only use your 4, your ones place. Keep it going till you get to that 0. Once you have everything completed, I want you guys to pay attention to 2 important things with this particular strategy, okay? It could be something different for other states if you're tuning in outside of Florida. But for Florida specifically, I want you guys to pay close attention to your doubles on the left side, okay? So, as you see here, we have an 8-8. Go ahead and box that in. And then we have a 3-3. We'll box that in as well. Okay. Now, the other important thing that I need you to pay attention to is going to be triples or false triples within the rundown. This is another indicator that this is hot, and this may be one of the ways you want to look at this particular rundown. Okay. So I want you guys to pay attention now to these triples. They're going to be on either doubles. It could be the left side or the right side, and they generally go up or down diagonally. Okay, so if you see this 3-3, it happens to be on the left side and the number starts on the right side. If you take it all the way up, you guys see that? 2-2-7. Pay close attention to that. If you see a left side doubles and you also see a triples, it could be 7-7-7, 2-2-2, or it could be false triples like this, 7-2-2. Now you're like, false triples? Well, that's 7 and 2. They are the same number. 7 and 2 is the same number. For lottery math, we call those mirror numbers. Okay. So for those that need to make sure they jot down the mirror numbers, check out the chart right here. When I say mirror numbers, again, the same, but they're the opposite of each other. So that 0 could be a 5. 5 could be a 0. 1 could be a 6. 6 could be a 1. You seeing that? 2 could be a 7. 7 could be a 2. 3 can be an 8. 8 could be a 3. 4 can be a 9. And a 9 could be a 4. That's what we mean by mirror numbers. So 2 key things. Left side doubles, okay? And you want to see if there's a diagonal somewhere on the rundown. Again, they could also run on the opposite side with the doubles or double mirrors. You see those 9-4s? Sometimes they may run around up or down. So pay attention to those little things, okay? Now here comes the cool part. Let's start putting the combinations together. I want you guys to pay attention to those triples, right? And I want you to the opposite. You see how it slants up? You're going to slant down now, and you're going to start connecting a combination. Yes, you heard me right. You see this 2, 4, 9? You see how it was connected here? You're going to do the same thing. So my first would be 2, 4, 9. Also, for an extra tip, write it the opposite way. You'll see why in a second. 942. Okay. Let's go to the mirrors. Remember, we started at 3, 3. Always use both sides of your chart. You have your 8, 8 here, right? Don't just stay in this area because they may want to use the other area. A lot of people ask me, well, how do we know where to go, up or down? Use both for right now, okay? Because I have missed so many because I've only used one portion of the 317 rundown. So be careful, okay? Also, let's do this. So here, if we have it going, and let me go ahead and extend the rundown so you can see what I mean. 570, that would be an 8, 8, 7. So we're just going to extend that. Feel free to do that if you need to. I'm going to box that in. Want you guys to see these triples during the 8, 8. See how it cuts off right there? No worries. So we do know that it's a 277 here, right? So that's what it would have been. So now we're going to take it down. We're going to go the opposite way of those false triples. Okay, let's do that now. So if we go up here, you'll see 794. And you can go the opposite way as well, 497. And I'm going to stop right there. Okay, guess what hit? December 4th, midday, took a few days, 942. I want you to pay attention. 942. We have it here, 249, or if you go the opposite way, 942. Now, let me ask y'all a question. You notice what I'm going to go, where I'm going to go with this, right? Isn't that a straight hit? Is that not a straight hit? Yes, it is. Am I saying that this will work for straights all the time? Maybe, maybe not. Pay attention. Now, if you're just doing like a box and you just want to use your 249 or 942 because they're the same numbers, they're just in a different, different order, feel free. If that's what you do, it's only 4 boxes, 4 numbers here. So if you want to use, wanted to use that in a certain format, you can't, but I noticed that these hit straight, and I'm going to show you on the next example. I'm warning with caution. That does not mean that they're going to always do that, okay? But look at that. 249, 942, 942. Bam. One more hot tip. Why so long, right? Normally we're looking at these rundowns. We want these things to hit the next day. Honey, it doesn't always work like that. So we have to use some markers. Maybe they use date sums. Or maybe if they don't use a date sum, maybe they might use something else, right? So what could they use? Pay attention to both sides. Your double numbers on the left side and your mirrors or doubles on the right side. Because those numbers, and they're going to switch which ones they do. So use both, okay? Use both. Right now for this pattern for Florida, it could be different in other states. They like using the date number. A day number or date number. You see that 0? Instead of doing a date sum, which we will add the month and the date together to get a date sum, I'm noticing they like to use a date number. So when did this hit? This hit December 4th, right? Okay. What's the date number there? Just 4, right? That's the actual date that it hit. Well, what's on this side? Look at this 9-4. Okay, 9-4 right here as well. So this was a good indicator that these sets of numbers 249 or that 794, depending on how you want to write it, could have played either December 4th, which it did, or December 3rd. Okay, pay attention. They can either switch these out and maybe want to start doing a date sum with those same numbers. That's how they're catching us. Because I've noticed, I said, well, how come one game is date sums and maybe a few days later it's like a date number? I'm just trying to throw you guys onto some game, because this is how we have to start looking at this to start locking in more hits. You guys, if I've given you some really good value so far, definitely go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Yes, I appreciate that. And also make sure you subscribe to the channel. Why do I need you to do that? Because I don't want you guys missing these hot tips at all. Okay. We got one more example. I want to show you again how this works. Okay. So we can lock it all in. Excuse me. So we got November 30th in the evening. They had a hit of 800. Again, we put it into what? The 317 rundown. Yes. Excuse me. We're going to look for our left side doubles, which would be 11 and 66, right? Bam. Now we're also looking for a set of triples, right? Could be up or down. All right. For this one, wherever the box is, you want to make sure wherever the doubles is, there's a set going either up or down. You notice this one was going up, 722. This one, this 272 is going down. Look at that. Going down there this way too. So I'm going to extend the workout just a second more because I want to see what's going on top of this as well. So we'll go 800. What's after that? 117 and maybe a 424. Ooh, I could do better than that. 117 424. Okay, just want to extend it. I want to see what's going on. Feel free to do that. Okay. All right. So we know that's going down. So that means the number's going up, which I can't catch it. So that's why I extended this out. So I like this 705 going up. You see that? 705 is going the opposite way of those triples. Okay. So pay attention. So let's put those combinations together. Okay. So what's going the opposite way? 250. You can also write it the opposite way as well. 052. Show y'all something. Excuse me. Let's look at those 11s. All right. 705. 507. And then we're going to stop right there. Guess what hit? Oh, excuse me. Guess what hit December 1st, midday? 052. What do we have it? We had it 250, which would have been fine, but we also have it as what? Straight 052. What? Let's look here. Where do we have it? Sitting right here. Right on the opposite way of those triples. Yes. So, could this very well be the most amazing pattern to get straight hits? We'll see. If you guys are in other states, pay attention. Sometimes they may go to the right side. Maybe sometimes they like to stay to the left side. So be on the lookout. Okay. Look at where those triples end and connect it diagonally going the opposite way. Okay. I really like this strategy and I hope it continues to give out some really cool hits. Does these doubles on the left side happen every day? No. So when you see them, that's why you better keep a daily log of what's going on. You guys should be keeping a log every day of what's going on so you can start spotting your own patterns. Okay. Excuse me. All right. Now let's look at that date number. When did these hit? 12-1, right? Now let's look. On the right side, you had a 5-5. On the, the right side, yeah. Right side, 5-5. The left side was 1-1. Isn't that date number the 1? Yes. So this lets me know sometime December 1st to play those sets of numbers. 250, 052, 705, 507. If you wanted to use those straights. And I'm not recommending you do because they may not always do that. But at least you have the 3 numbers. Okay, you figure out how you want to play those. Okay, just throwing out options. Okay, look at that, y'all. That's fire. Easy and it's fire. Just pay attention to those little steps. So let's go ahead and do the live prediction right now. Hold on. All right, guys, let's get to those Florida hot picks, my predictions, what I think may hit in the next few days. Again, I'm liking using the date numbers for this strategy. So I've already went and looked at to see what the numbers were on the left side and the right side. I see a 4. Since we're past December 4th here, I think it may be December 9th, possibility. I'm looking at the 5 or 0. The next date could be 5. And again, those can even rub off until the next week. You might want to still keep those for like what, the 14th, or the about the 14th or the 10th, whatever you want to do. So they could be future out. Be mindful of that. Okay, so keep track and see what they're doing. Still like this. So let's go ahead and box in those left side doubles. 4, 4. 9, 9. Let's go ahead and immediately get to the triples. Where do we have that? 3, 8, 8 going up. 3, 3, 8 going up. You see that? Okay. So this lets me know it's pretty hot. Now I'm going to go the opposite direction. Okay. So let's go ahead and build those out. All right. So I am liking, look at that 3, 5, 0. We're going to write it that way. But I'm also going to write it the opposite way, 0, 5, 3. And this is just in case. Maybe some of you might want to play straight. I'm not guaranteed telling you to do that. I'm just looking at the previous patterns to see if it will repeat for us. Okay. If this will give us some really quick, lucky straight hits. Okay. Also, let's go down. So we got 3, 8, 8 here. We got an 8, 0, 5. You write it the opposite way, 5, 0, 8. And again, if you don't know what to play, you just want to play the two numbers and box them, that's fine, because these two are the same numbers and these two are the same numbers. Okay, so here is my predictions for Florida using this particular strategy. Okay, I like that 3, 5, 0, that 0, 5, 3. Okay, 8, 0, 5, 5, 0, 8. And I will see you guys on the next video.